Yes, I know. I haven't made a video upon request in a while, but even more surprising, this request comes straight from my sources from TikTok, of all places. And yes, when I usually make my reaction videos, whether it be from Cheese's Ed or Anton Daniels or MTR, if if they are if their videos about some bitter broad on TikTok showing their misandry and hatred of men, I would take, I will share the link to them because knowing my sources, if I give them that link, they will go directly on TikTok and find their videos there because I refuse to be on TikTok. I refuse to be on TikTok. I've been there before. I've been there before. The ship the ship was retarded as fuck. I'm not going back on there again. So my sources find all the details for me. Well, anyway, one of my sources clearly sees a pattern when it comes to misandry on TikTok's platform. And keep this in mind, fellas. This is the same TikTok that don't want male spaces on their platform because of quote unquote, they want a positive space for everybody. In which we all know what that means. But ain't it funny? From what everybody, including my sources, has been seeing, TikTok is a hypocrite to those same morals and principles when it comes to their platform. And for those of y'all who've been seeing my reaction videos, y'all know exactly what I mean. Yeah, they don't want male spaces on their platforms because of sexism, misogyny, that all that other retarded fuck shit I ain't trying to hear anymore. But ain't it funny? TikTok has no problem with women being misandrous and showing their blatant hatred of men on their same platform. But TikTok swears up and down that they're trying to create a positive space. In fact, it's been like this since you have one retarded fuck ass feminist jumping on their platform saying we need to kill all men. And what's more, TikTok was not going to take any action until they were pressured to take action. Excuse me. Now, what's more, that same feminist that said kill all men on their platform, check this out. Oh, damn. Pierce Morgan and everybody over there made that same feminist eat her own words for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Excuse me. Salute to them. Salute to them, because I ain't got no problem with that. But as time goes by, you see more of these women who are misandrous and man haters on their platform being more and more comfortable pushing their misandry and their hatred of men on this platform. And JD, another thing you need to know is this. It seems that TikTok is their safe space for them to say all this shit. You know it just as much as I know it. Men are subhuman. Oh, these men should die. That that and they can encouraging women to break up their marriages and relationships. They they telling they promoting and encouraging women to commit paternity fraud. All this stuff because of their own hatred of men. But TikTok swears up and down that their social media platform is a positive positive platform for everybody. When in reality, TikTok is nothing more than a hypocrite when it comes to their own morals. JD, you should definitely make a video about this. And with that, I do agree. In fact, I'm one of many that believe TikTok needs to go. No shit. It should. I mean, this shit is a fucking trip, and TikTok has now been exposed for being a hypocrite. Oh, misogyny is bad on TikTok, but misandry is good. This is what TikTok is trying to tell everybody here. It's only sexist when the men do it, but when the women do it, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. That's acceptable. Women can say whatever they want about men on TikTok, but men should have no space over here. If that ain't hypocrisy, I don't know what to call it. And TikTok should not play dumb on this matter. Everybody knows it. And through all of this, these are the same retarded fucks who want everybody to believe that misandry does not exist. Misandry is a myth. And as Uncle JD stated, and I still stand 10 toes down on what I said. If misandry does not exist, if misandry is a myth, then guess what? Misogyny does not exist. Misogyny is a myth too. You cannot call out one form of sexism without calling out the other. In fact, when it comes to sexism, there should be no bias and no favorites. If one form of sexism is bad, then all of it is bad. Any and all forms of sexism should not be allowed, period. Yeah, it goes for men, but it also goes for women too. And no, these bitches cannot justify their sexist mindset. These women cannot justify their hatred of men. Because that shit right there is the reason why misogyny is not going to go away. This shit reminds me of those horror slashers, like Jason, like Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers. Y'all seen those movies? Y'all see enough of those movies to understand that everybody thinks that if they don't think about these horror movie killers, then they won't exist until bodies start to drop. I can't help but to look at this as the same way too. If they sit there, close their eyes, and tap their shiny ruby slippers, they think that, their misandry doesn't exist. But when in reality, everybody can clearly see it. This is the reason why not only they are being being called out and exposed, but TikTok as well for sitting there allowing this shit to happen while claiming that their platform is all about positivity. Who the fuck is TikTok fooling with their hypocrisy? And yes, shout out to the ones who are exposing TikTok's hypocrisy on all forms of social media platforms. I see it here on YouTube. I see it on Twitter X. I even see some on Instagram and Facebook. If misogyny is bad, so is misandry. And no, there ain't no sides here. There ain't no favoritism. There ain't no bias. TikTok needs to do their fucking job and get rid of all forms of sexism. No. Not one half, not part, but all of it. In fact, there should be no form of hatred on TikTok, period. Neither from the men nor the women. And yes, it's now down to a point where these man-hating women now feel comfortable jumping onto social media and letting everybody know how much they hate men. But these will be the same women crying, bitching, and complaining about misogyny. No one's trying to hear the fucking hypocrisy here. Let me tell these broads another thing too. That shit y'all doing, trying to glorify misandry, is the reason why misogyny is not going to go away. That's the reason why misogyny is not going to disappear. If they want misogyny to go away, then they need to get rid of their own misandry as well. If not, this is gonna be a never-ending battle. But will these bitter broads be willing to give up their misandry in order for misogyny to disappear? I doubt it. You can't be out here hating men. You can't be out here being prideful about hating men while at the same time cry, bitch, and complain about men hating women. In fact, the vast majority that do have sense understand that both misogyny and misandry has to go. No, not just misogyny, misandry as well. Then and only then will the problem be solved. But they don't want to give up their misandry. They want to show the world just how much they hate men. But these will be the same women wondering why misogyny still exists, why misogyny ain't going away. And Uncle JD is being brutally honest with this. And yes, TikTok, you are hypocrites when it comes to sexism. Because, yeah, you don't want male spaces on your platform, but you won't have no problem with these females showing their own hatred towards men. Now, I said what I had to say. I'm done with TikTok's hypocrisy, and I'm out this bitch. Later.